If you're a Taurus and you found this before November 30th, 2025, this message is for you. If you found it after November 30th, 2025, it doesn't mean that it's not for you. It just means that you need to take it as it resonates. But Taurus, this is your energy update. Hi Taurus, this is Chloe from the Galactic Soul. I'm so happy you popped in for your November energy update. I'm so excited that you're here. We're going to pull a few cards, a few oracle cards, and I'll let you know what is going on for November 2025. Overall, November 2025 is going to be a transformative month. I know that in October, I also said it was going to be a transformative month, but really October was to call out and release all low vibrations that don't work. But November and December is really about putting those into work. Like all of your new thoughts, your new reality is really going to be grounded in November and December leading up to 2026, which is a 1 year. This year, 2025, is a 9 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is a 9 year, and that means completion. So we are getting rid of and closing the chapter on many, many things in our lives. And 2026 is a 1 year to where we are open to new beginnings, new possibilities, all that jazz. Okay, so we are really going into this new for everything. So keep that in mind as you're listening to this message. For Taurus, ask yourself if it will matter 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it. I feel like you've been filled with anxiety, Taurus. You've been thinking about a lot of different things and it's overthinking. There's a lot of overthinking going on, Taurus. And I don't blame you because October was bringing up a lot of old pent up low vibrational energy, right? And really moving into November and December, it's like, okay, pick and choose what you want in order to move forward. Now ask yourself if it will matter in 10 years from now. Okay? If it's not going to matter, don't worry about it. That means it is a small descriptive word for this big story that is called your life. Okay? So Taurus, let's pull a few cards. All right. So first off, there's two piles here of cards. They all fell on top of each other. So I'm going to read them per batch. I'm going to call it. Now, the first card that came out is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords for a lot of people, a lot of tarot readers, is lying, cheating, stealing, okay? It really is being left out or something was left out that isn't really being talked about, okay? And this could 100% be a relationship, like not all of the facts were laid out. But let's see. Yeah, King of Wands. King of Wands is like you are at the top. You are very passionate. You are the fire. You are the protector of this specific situation. But I feel like with the Seven of Swords, I feel like the King of Wands is very much like, okay, like you are making, it's going to sound terrible, Taurus, but you're making excuses. You're making excuses to make this keep going. Even though there's like facts being left out and you know that there's facts being left out. You know that there's things that are being spoken about behind closed doors or there isn't important details that you know in order to move forward, but you are still passionate about this person or career or whatever. But the whole thing here is we have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is knowing that there is an out. There is a sanctuary that you can go to. There is something to support you, but you are one of the homeless people that aren't going into the warm church. You are deciding not to claim sanctuary. You're deciding to stay out in the cold. You don't want to, it seems like you don't want to know all of the facts. You don't want to know all of the information because, sorry, my leg is kind of falling asleep. You don't want to know all of the facts. You don't want to know all of the situation because like you're kind of worried about saying goodbye or closing this chapter. Like you're getting all of the feelings, but you're not really paying attention to it because you're so passionate about what you're doing. But who says that you can't do that with someone else or somewhere else, like for a job or something like that? Who said? Who said? Who said? That was terrible. I was a singer, but okay. So there's that situation. But then we have this situation, which is very, like, I feel like that's relationship because this is just calling out career to me. So we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is all about being logical, but like being supportive of your logical decisions. Like you are very much understanding that there is something that needs to be, like a decision needs to be made, but you're being logical about it and you're being supportive of yourself. Like you're like, okay, like we need to really think about this. We do have the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is like practice makes perfect. You're not going to have everything perfectly, but these are like little kids with like fake wooden swords and they're kind of fighting each other, you know, like how little kids kind of like pretend that they are in war or whatever. But it's kind of like practice makes perfect. Like I feel like you're making these logical decisions due to like you not having it right away, or like there's like this practice energy to it. Like you're not perfect at what you're doing just yet, and that's what you're basing your decisions off of. You're like, oh, but I don't know how to do that. Okay, learn. Like this is the time to put the time in, okay? So like maybe this is all career where like, you know, like you're shifting from one job to another and you're like, oh, I want to do that job, but like, I don't really know how to do it very well. And it's like, okay, then go out, set out for that. Practice makes perfect, because I also see the 6 of Wands here. 6 of Wands is very much Jesus going to Jerusalem. There is this huge crowd, okay? And you're on top of the horse. You are victor. You are victorious here. And you're going into a room of people or the streets of people. And so many people are like, yay, you did it, you did it. But there's also going to be people in that crowd that are going to be jealous, that are going to be annoyed that you are victorious. And that's going to be with everything that you do, Taurus. It's going to be with everything you do, okay? Because you're finally choosing you. And people are like, oh crap, like they have this light around them, this aura, because they're finally choosing themselves, which is going to allow you to kind of level up. And this is great news. Yeah, so this is 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is very much self-sabotage. There is this fence of swords and a bunch of decisions were made, and this being is really, like they have like not a trench coat. It's not a trench coat. What is it called? I forget what it's called, but like they have their hands tied and they have their eyes covered, and it's like you can get through this fence of swords no problem, and the stuff that's holding you down is very loose. Like you can automatically get out of that if you really wanted to, but do you want to? It's kind of that thing where when people are like, if he wanted to, he would. That's the vibe. Like if you wanted to, you would. Okay, and that's the vibe. Like the way that this is playing out is like, okay, like you want to make this switch and you want to be victorious, but in order to be victorious, you have to practice and be passionate about this specific thing, and don't self-sabotage yourself. And that's what you're doing right now. Because once you're victorious, like that's it. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is freaking incredible. But really, what's coming out is you're kind of holding yourself back because you're like, oh, but what if this happens? Or what if that happens? And like, yeah, but like, what if you succeed? What if you come happier than you are now? What if it brings in more opportunities, more possibilities? Take the leap, Taurus. New contract. The Hierophant popped out. New contract. It could be a new tradition. It's very traditional. It could be marriage. But I feel like there is just like this new contract, this new partnership, this new job, this new, like, it's really coming all out. So let's see what that was. Yeah. Non-conformity. You're kind of trying to like put yourself, you're putting yourself in a box. Okay. But really what you need to do is, so this is the 7 of Wands. So what you really need to do is you need to take a step back and understand that you're already on top, and you need to make sure that you are the leading man or woman. You are the forefront. You are the leader, and you don't conform to how everyone else is being successful, because that's not going to work for you. Because you're on a specific road, you're in a specific lane, and that lane was made specifically for you. And you can't move forward if you're in someone else's lane. That's the vibe that I'm getting here, okay? And the 3 of Cups, it's kind of like, okay, the people that make you happy, like, bounce it off of them. They want the best for you. They want the best for you. So go out with your friends, go celebrate, go have a brunch, go have, a movie night or something, and just be like, hey, like, I'm really starting to think of this, like, kind of bounce it off of people and see how that plays with your emotions. Because if you're going one way or the other, when you're making this decision to take this leap, that's where your focus should be, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. You overall, like, if your friends, okay, back it up. If you say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and they're like, oh my gosh, why? I thought you were happy, yada, yada, yada. If they say that, then you'll be like, oh, because of this, 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 and this. If they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, you've been terrible with this. Like, you know, you should move on, blah, blah, blah. And if you fight the opposite direction, like, I don't know, maybe not, blah, blah, blah. That's where your true intentions lie. It's really bouncing it off a really solid friendship that is going to benefit you, Taurus, okay? Not saying to take in their opinions completely and do what they say to do, but at least bounce it off of them. That way you can kind of see within your own mind what you really want, because you're going to try to, you know, fight for either direction there. Can't make this shit up. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. You need a community around you, okay? The people who want to be there will be there for you. The people who don't want to be there will obviously show their true colors. You want people who are going to be there for you and be acceptance and accept you for who you are, no matter what happens. Those are the people that I'm talking about. They are your community. They are your connection. And they're going to really help you make this decision. Because as of right now, you're in the cold. You're by yourself. You're not really asking for help at all. 5 of Pentacles. Okay? So we really need to kind of make that shift there. And I feel like that's really going to be possible within November. Ooh. So 2 crystal recommendations or crystal prescriptions came out for the month of November. So we have shungite. I hope I'm saying that right. Shungite, and it says detox your life. You're definitely going to detox something, that's for sure. And then we have phantom quartz. Phantom quartz. Embrace change. Absolutely. So that's a yellow. That's more of a solar plexus. And then this one is more of a root. Okay. This one's more of a root. So concentrate on your root and your solar plexus in the month of November. But Taurus, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope this gives you a little bit of info on your energy for November. If this did resonate, definitely give me a thumbs up. That way I can find other Taurus just like you. But I am sending you so much love this month. And if you need anything, I'm here for you. Be sure to write whatever your thoughts are in the comments below. Stay stellar.